I am so excited to answer this question, and I want to do so with a history lesson. So join me. Minutes I can do this. Okay. In the early 1600s, there's a man named Juan Pablo de Bonet. Now, Juan Pablo de Bonet is working with a group of people who are titled mute. Now, they don't understand that back then, the reason that they were called mute is because they had the inability to hear their own inflection whenever they pronounced words, so it was just easier for them not to learn, but instead use a different sense. Now, when one sense goes, the others are heightened exponentially. These people are able to read body language, see reflexes, understand emotions through the interactions that people show with their character. Now, Juan Pablo de Bonet creates a manuscript allowing people who are able to speak in Spain at the time to be able to write and read with these people over here who now speak a language with their hands. Now, let's fast forward to the early 1700s, where there's a man named Charles Michel de la Paix. He is walking out, he's studying to become a priest, and one day he realizes that there are these two girls who are constantly talking using their hands. He investigates, he wants to know more, and he finds out that there's an entire community there in France that speaks this language. 100 years later, Juan Pablo de Bonet, our boy, created that manuscript, put it out in the world, and now there's people using it. Oh yeah. He looks at this and he goes, oh no. Well, Charles Michel de la Paix, what did you do? Well, he decides to create grammar. And now this was a difficult process. Not a lot of people took to it. It was really difficult to understand because, well, French is based off of Latin, which has a lot of grammar rules. So French has a lot of grammar rules. Those who were speaking sign language at the time kind of used it in the classroom, but didn't use it outside. That's okay, because you know what it did do? Well, at the end of the French Revolution, there was a massive change in things. The National Assembly recognized himself, as a benefactor of humanity, in which case, adding to the Declaration of the Rights of Man and of Citizen in 1791, the deaf people were recognized to have rights of their own. Fantastic, because later on a school would be opened in his name that would later be funded by the French government. Amazing, substantial. But let's fast forward even more to 1800s Thomas Hopkins Gallaudet, who travels from the US to Europe in search of a way to be able to teach his deaf community that is living in the United States. He stumbles across a man who is deaf by the name of Laurent Clerc, and they get together, and within 60 days crossing the ocean, Laurent Clerc teaches this man sign language, French sign language. And then Gallaudet teaches him English. 60 days, man, 60 days. So to answer your question, French people use ASL and not some other form of SL? No, they use French SL. That is SLF. Now ASL, yeah, just like English to French, we copied them.